Tammy Wolf. We're here at day one on IT Expo East 2012 in Miami. I'm joined today by Charles Tracey, Sales Engineer of Sophos. Thanks for joining us, Charles.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Great to have you. So please tell us a little bit about Sophos.
Sophos and the group that I'm associated with is Network Security Appliances. That is a unified threat management device that is not just the traditional firewall. It is and can be a web filter, it can be an email filter, it can be a remote access point from which the road warrior or remote users can gain access to the corporate network. So within this, we've continued to modify, expand that feature set, but now we've begun to go into other areas within the network, specifically our access points. We have 3 class access points now, literally small, medium, and large, 10, 30, 50, and it takes those rogue access points and makes it part of the network security policy, makes it part of the firewall. Typically, people buy access points and they're separate unto themselves. They're another point of management, another interface to worry about. Now we've taken that interface and put it directly into the firewall. No longer is there another service contract, another administrator who has to come up to speed on this. All our detailed reporting and logging that is associated with our other features just mentioned is also included with this access point. So this gives us another tool to simplify the network administrators' lives, where again, they had to worry about those rogue access points. On that same vein, we've made it even easier to connect small offices with our remote Ethernet device or RED. Easy to remember, a place where there may not be an administrator at these smaller offices. This is literally a plug and play that with a provisioning service will connect up to the corporate network and again simplify all the administrative tools, simplify literally the multiple contracts that one has to manage, the multiple interfaces, again, growing the base of a modern UTM.
Great. So you mentioned you implement this in small offices. Is that your target audience, or would you say?
That is just one feature of our product line to connect those smaller offices, and it's a relatively newer device, but it has been around for a while. On the larger enterprise level, we are now virtualizing our appliances in the sense that you can literally download a VMware version, put it on your own hardware, and manage multiple sites. We also have the tools to manage your Amazon instance through the Astaro as well, a slightly different take on it, but just another, again, just another tool incorporated under one interface that allows you to manage whether you're having things hosted in the cloud or the Astaro itself is hosted in the cloud or some data center. So we've expanded both into the enterprise relative to larger enterprise, and as well as keep an eye on those smaller offices and getting them connected as well.
Great. So what would you say are the risks that these, either small businesses or enterprises have if they don't implement a solution like yours?
Well, yeah, a lot of times, much like a access point, literally a consumer access point, people will go out and buy a consumer router for that small office, and there are ways to connect it into that larger network, but there's no management there. A lot of times the corporate network doesn't know what's going on at that small office. They can't see into that network.
Right.
The RED, the remote Ethernet device, will allow those corporate administrators to see that small office, be able to respond to any issues on there, support that office without getting in the car and driving to that office.
Right.
So again, it's all about simplification of the entire enterprise, not just the one that's at the one corporate center, but the smaller offices that connect to it.
Great. So what would you say we can expect from you in 2012?
We're constantly expanding, adding new features. We're going to be adding in our newer releases an even easier way to connect from the outside, specifically a VPN portal, which typically was a separate box as well. There's a lot more overhead. We currently have a simple, easy to use SSL VPN client, It is a client, though, that is installed. Now we'll be offering that as a portal, which will, again, is a simpler way to manage remote users and road warriors. And we'll be incorporating that as well as Sophos endpoint protection right into these security appliances. So now we're going to, not just monitor, the web traffic and our spam filter on their email server, but we'll get down right to the desktop and be able to touch the desktop.
Wow, sounds great, Charles.
Yeah, I think it will be.
So what do you hope to take home from the show this week?
Well, there is a lot of vendors here at this particular show. It's relative to a lot of remote access, i.e. Access points. So we're going to scope out the competition, and we're going to educate as many people who drop by our booth at 631 and be able to explain to them that the access point is a security issue and it needs to be managed. It's just not getting people onto their LAN or onto the internet. You need to manage those users. That will be the theme when people drop by our booth.
Great. Well, good luck at the show.
Thank you.
It was great having you today.
Great. Thank you.